Hello, today I'm going to do a video for the Epson ET8550 for sublimation on PC using Affinity Designer 2.0, the newest version. So first let me go over the settings with you in the Affinity. So we're going to start with General. Make sure you have all these checked off. These are my suggestions. You can do whatever you want, but this is what I use. And I have these checked. Documents open in current active group. Import PSD text as text rather than a bitmap. Import PSD smart objects where possible. Prefer to keep selection after delete. Save thumbnails with documents. Prefer metafile to raster when pasting from external applications. And load metadata from XMP sidecars. Language is English. Next I go to color. And this is what your color should be. Excuse me. It should be sRGB, IEC 61966-2.1 for the RGB color. For the 32-bit color, the same thing, only linear. You're going to see linear there. CMYK is going to be US Web, SWOP version 2. Grayscale, D50. Lab color, CIEB Lab 50. Rendering intent. I keep it at relative color metric. Unless I'm using face tones or portrait pictures of where you have people and flesh tones, then I would use perceptual. Otherwise, I keep it at relative color metric. Always keep black point compensation on. I have this as warn. Warn when assigning working profile to unprofiled files. Perform OCIO conversions based on file name and warn when converting on load. Nothing else with this. Performance, I have it using 16 megs of memory. And I have 16 megs of memory, not hard disk space, memory. So I don't know what you have in your computer, but mine has 16 megs. Disk usage warning, 32 megs. Undo limit, 1024. Quality, I always keep at bilinear best quality. Dither gradients, and use precise clippings. File recovery, 300 seconds. Renderer, this is normally going to be your video card. If you don't know, it'll probably default to it, so leave it alone. Retina rendering, I have it as best. And enable OpenCL compute acceleration. Next is user interface. Now normally it comes with a black screen, which I don't like. I changed this under user interface to light, and the background gray level I adjust to more of a gray. And then you can monkey around with the artboard settings. This is what I have. Icon style with color. I don't do anything with this. These are set to pixels. This I leave the same. Automatically lock background layer on import. Show lines and points. Show text and points. Show brush previews. Tools. I have a tool handle size is medium. I use the mouse wheel to zoom. Use scrubby zoom. Synchronize tools between documents. Enable canvas rotation with Alt plus scroll wheel. Move tool aspect is under automatic based on selection. You can do what you want. I have low precision. My blend gamma is 1.45. Now sometimes this comes in pixels. You want to change it to inches. So change that to inches. I don't do anything with shortcuts. I don't do anything with the assistant, with the link services. You can, however, or miscellaneous. Alright. You can always stop this video and look at these and change them as you go along. That's the good thing about a video. Alright, we're going to close this and we're going to go to open a document first. So we're going to go to File and New. And there are various documents, legal, ledger, a whole bunch. I'm going to do this one on letter. And here's your letter. Here's your layout. You see the letter size is 8.5 by 11. I have it in inches. My DPI, I always keep at 300. Prefer embedded. And then next to color. This is the important part. Pay attention. Your format you're going to work in, not print in, but work in is RGB/8. Make sure you've got the 8. Your color profile. This is again what you're working in, not what you're printing in. sRGB IEC 61966-2.1. If you want a transparent background, I work in a transparent background. If you don't want it, you can do white. You see here there's a margin. You want to take that blue margin off. Unclick it. We don't do anything with bleed or with scale. I leave everything the same. Now, many people have said I'm tired of doing this over and over again, so now that you have everything set in your letter, what you want to do is save the preset. So let's call it letter sub. Now, if you've done a different size, make sure you call it ledger or 13 by 19, whatever you do. I'm going to call it, because I already have one, so I'm going to call it sub. This is the icon. This is for printing. So we're going to hit OK. And that's going to change. Now, let's say you want to open that. So you're starting from the beginning and you go to File, New, and then you're going to go to down here are presets somewhere. Architectural presets. Why didn't it save? My preset. It didn't save. Okay, I guess I didn't save it. Let's go through it again. I'm going to take that off. Scale nothing, and then I'm going to hit. Oh, it might be because it's under print. Call it sub 2. Okay, so we're going to have it under my presets. That's what I didn't do right. I had it under print. You could put it under print. Let's go find it. Okay, and then we'll go under print. There it is. And there they are. Letter sub 2 and letter sub 1. So you're going to go to that. One's transparent, one isn't. Okay, so that's where you're going to open your preset. You're going to hit create. There it is. Next you're going to go to File, and we're going to go to Place. That's how we open our graphics. Find your files where you keep your graphics. I'll do this one. And you're going to use your left mouse button where the arrow is here. Press down and make it as big as you want. So we're on an 8.5 by 11 paper or artboard. Let's say you're doing a tumbler. You highlight this and you put the input in here. So if you're doing a 9.3 width, I'm just guessing 8.20, that's the size your tumbler is going to be. That's the paper size you need. I'm just showing you that for tumblers. Alright, so now you got your graphic up. Now we're going to print it. And also, if you want to add another graphic, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to hit place. Let's go this. And you're going to make it the size you want. Move this over. Now, people ask me, well, how do I get it behind? You're going to click this with your mouse. Make sure it's highlighted. Right click, arrange, and move to back. And he moves to back. Okay. Now we'll get him back to move to front. Right click, arrange, and move to front. That should be self-explanatory. For fonts, you're going to click that. You're going to click down and type, and I'll show you what we did. Okay, so you see that? Make it real big. Highlight it all, or double click it, and you will see up here are all your fonts. You see how they're changing? So let's pick this one. Okay, and you can change the size. As you see, we'll keep it the same as it was. Oops, too big. That's fine. The color is black, or keep it highlighted, and you can use this to change the colors. If you wanted a certain color that's in here, you're going to go to the color picker, choose color picker. All right, we're going to use the color picker. Here's your color picker. And we're going to go over here. Here's your colors. Now there's different ways you can have it too, but let's say you want, you want to go over here. And let's say you want this turquoise. You can click on it, and there you go. You want it blue, you're going to click on that. Pink, green, that's your color picker. The box, meh. All right, let's keep it this color. All right, now let's say, we're going to go back to this. Keep this highlighted. All right, and then we're going to go to Quick Fix. Now let's say you want an outline on this. Here's black. And as you see, you can have an outline. You can change the color, again with your color picker, or just pick something like this, this. Oh, okay. Also, these are just the different sliders. There's a lot you can do with this. I like that. Okay. Next I can do a bevel. If I want to do a bevel, you can see that. There's all sorts of things you can do with this. You can do 3D. There's a lot, but that's for another day. All right, so back to here. Let's get to printing. I'm not going to print this because this is really not what I want to print, but here you go. We're going to use the 8550. So I have a lot of printers, and here's my 8550. We're going to go to properties, and you see here it's all lined up. Now here's the interesting part for the 8550. All right, your paper source, naturally, wherever you have your paper. I have it on auto. This is the letter. If it was on any other side, you're going to have to go to user defined. I use for paper type presentation paper matte, and it is landscape. Naturally, I use color. My quality is high. I have print preview because I like to see where I've messed up. Go to more options, and naturally here's the letter, same as document size. Take it off bi-directional, keep mirror image. You're going to go to custom and advanced. You're going to pick no color adjustment because we have Affinity adjusting our colors, not the printer. That's what that program's for. You're going to hit OK. You're going to hit, make sure everything is correct. Hit OK again. Fit to printable. That's what I have it as. All sheets, orientation automatic. Here's your paper side. This is your layout. Rasterization 300 dpi. Bleeding marks, nothing. Color management. Remember, we created the document in sRGB, so we're going to leave that. If it's not sRGB, go back and redo it. Our color handling is by the app Affinity, not the printer, by the app. Printer profile. If you've downloaded your Epson drivers, you're going to have profiles. And they are up here. And here are the Epson series profiles. And we are going to use the matte. Nothing else but the matte. Relative color metric. Again, we talked about this. Unless there's face tones, flush tones, keep it at relative color metric. Then you hit OK and print. I think I have a print preview. Let me see. But remember, when you print and you see the print preview, the colors are not going to be the same. Let me see what it looks like. No, they're not the same, but that's okay. Remember, this is sublimation. I'm going to cancel that. This way I can see if everything's fitting. I hit cancel, and you guys are going to print naturally. And it won't be correct until that print hits a substrate, so the ink hits the heat, and you should have nice colors this way. And that's it. Bye-bye.